Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode of FTB Pyramid Reborn. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. I'm having a great day. I think what I want to do today is, first of all, I want to make a sugarcane farm. And it actually shouldn't be that hard to do. We do have a little bit of sugarcane. We've got like 3 pieces. That's not a lot, obviously, but it's enough to get started. And we basically need it so we can make sugar. Because if we're going to be getting into refined storage here more in depth, which is absolutely on my to-do list, we need sugar. Because if we look at refined storage, we want a whole bunch of speed upgrades right here. And these guys each require sugar. So if we're going to make this happen, we need a sugarcane farm. Although maybe... Actually, maybe we don't, because I know we get sugar from our mob farm, because witches, I think, can drop it. You know what? Let's just make the sugarcane farm. It's something we probably want to do anyway, because we want paper and all this other kind of stuff too. So, it's fine. But we'll let that. We're duplicating a bunch of sand right now. How much do we have? Like 2 stacks? That's probably plenty. So what we can do, we do have snad in this mod pack, which is essentially sand. It's 2 sand, just like we just did. But anything that's planted on it will grow much faster. I don't know exactly how much faster. I think it might be like twice as fast or something like that, but it definitely grows faster. Another thing I want to do is grab 2 sticks and a diamond and make ourselves a builder's wand. This is something that we probably should have done a while ago, but for whatever reason, we just haven't. So, let's see. If we're going to make a sugarcane farm, where do we want to put it? And furthermore, how do we want to collect it? Couple options here. So let's take a look. I know there is... the long-range breaker from Actually Additions. And this thing, I believe, will break, up to 8 blocks in front of it. So we could set something like this up and it would break... Let's see. I'm just trying to think. We could do like 4 rows of 16. And then we would need 8 of these long-range breakers. That might be a little overkill, though. Like, that seems... maybe it's overkill, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe we'll just go for it. Either way, we need to make a sugarcane farm, so maybe the first thing I should do is just clear out a spot for it. So let's see. I think what we'll probably do is put it right here, going off in this direction. Let's just peek here. Yeah, that's slabs. So let me get a little bit of a spot kind of made and prepared for this. I'll be back with you guys in just a second. All right, guys, I am back. I've got most of the farm in place, so I've been basically just growing the sugarcane. I've got some conduits running up here. I've got a couple of ranged collectors here, which will then basically send anything they pick up into this storage drawer. I thought I locked that before I put... Am I... insane? Tell you what. Let's unlock this. There we go. Now it's locked again. That was very strange. I don't know what was going on there. But anyway, this is all good to go. So, what we need to do is a couple of things. First of all, we need to make a whole bunch of these long-range breakers. And then I also made an energy cell over here and upgraded it to harden. So that's filling up right now. That's going to be basically our power source. So let's just see here. If I put that guy down. Okay, so you need to be facing... Oh, dang it. Come back, you. So you gotta be... If you want it to go this way, you gotta be facing like so. I see. Oh, and actually these... Oh. Do these pick stuff up? I have a feeling they might. Which would actually be kind of bad. Not the end of the world, but it would be a little bit of a nuisance. I think that would be fairly easy to deal with, though. Because the thing is, you know, it's not going to break... At least I don't think it's going to break everything. Tell you what, let's hook this thing up to power and just see what happens. If we go... There we go. I need this. Let's hook this thing up to a power source and just see if it will automatically start breaking things or like what. Because some of these have grown. So if I put this here, let's disable that. That should all be fine. And then we need to configure this to output to the top. Yeah, and stuff does get picked up in here. And actually, we might not need the ranged breakers. Because I have a feeling that the collectors. Because I have a feeling that these things are going to have no problem keeping up. Because as soon as something grows, it's getting broken. So, in retrospect, this is unnecessary. This is unnecessary. That's unnecessary. And that's unnecessary. We still need the item conduit. But I think we'll want to run our item conduits a little bit different now. Knowing these things that we now know that we didn't know before. So, here's what I'm thinking. I think we want to go, let's see. Item conduit, right? And then, I mean, obviously I don't want to run into the growing area. Although, you know what? Duh. This stuff, these are not actually necessary. These cobblestone blocks underneath. So what we can do to make this super, super easy, break you. We're going to need more servos than what we have right now. But that's easy to fix. And then all we basically need to do is run like one conduit to over here. You can just get undone. And that one we can just break altogether. And that way these are all basically going into this storage drawer. And that should get the job done for us, I think. Once we get the necessary conduits and stuff in place. Yeah, as soon as something grows, it's getting broken. So basically, let's just make a few servos. We need 8 altogether. And then we should basically just be set. We'll just go 8. There we go. And I don't think we even necessarily have to go with the like upgraded ones. I think the basic ones will be just fine because they're only breaking stuff as fast as these like single things grow. So it's not really a huge amount to keep up with. And we can just do something like that. Why are you not... Oh, there we go. Just slow. But then we'll start getting sugarcane here. And we can use that to continue to expand the farm until we have a full set of things, and then basically, ultimately, this will result in a fully automated sugarcane farm. The only thing that I actually have to do is swap out this energy cell every now and again once it gets empty. And that'll be fairly easy to keep track of. So, yeah, sweet. We have a sugarcane farm, and it's all working flawlessly. I'm happy about this. Okay, so I'm going to let this thing run for a while. I'm going to get some of the preparations done for refined storage stuff, because we have to do a lot more with that today. So, yeah, let me get to it. I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. So the sugarcane farm's been running for a while, and I've gone ahead and done some of the refined storage stuff in the meantime. So I made a crafting grid. I hooked the crafting grid up to our storage drawers with an external storage. I think it's just called... Yeah, it's just called external storage, but hooked up one of those. So basically, this is all the stuff in our storage drawers. What I want to do next is I want to make a disk drive right here. And then from there, we want to start making disks so we can store all of the stuff in these chests in our system, like right off the bat. So let's just grab a diamond here. And we'll just toss that in. Oh, and I added 4 speed upgrades to this solderer as well, which was very, very necessary. Or we would be doing this for like the next million years. So let's see here. Let me give me a piece of redstone, and we just go boop, boop, boop. And there's the advanced processor that we need. Then I need one of those guys. And a chest. And I should have one right here. And then that allows us to make the disk drive. Now, this thing by itself is completely useless until you actually put disks in it. So, next thing we need to do is make a ton of disks. And basically, what I want to have is 8 16K disks. So if we look at the 16Ks, they each require one of these storage parts. Each one of the 16Ks requires 3 4Ks. Each of the 4Ks requires 3 1Ks. So basically, I'm going to need, let's see here, 16, I'll need 48 4Ks, which means roughly 2 stacks or so of 1Ks, give or take. It's not exactly, but it'll be somewhere around there. So let's go over here, and let's say I want to make a ton of these, and we'll just go like that. Oh, and right, it needs the silicon. So let's just do this. There we go. So there's a decent amount. I'm going to need more than that, though. So let's grab some quartz from here. And let's toss that into the furnace, get that cooking up. I upgraded the redstone furnace as well and put 2 augments on it to kind of facilitate this process a bit. Let's put all of our glass into here, I think. And then I'm going to take a bunch of this quartz and just toss it into this chest here so it can get smelted up into silicon. There we go. So basically, let's just make a couple of these. Let's make like, a handful of these together. Not tons, but just a couple. It's redstone. There we go. So basically, the 1Ks, as I said, you need 3 of them to make a 4K. So let's go and make 4 of these. Oh, actually, we need basic processors as well. Yeah. Okay, so iron. So for the 4Ks, I need 4 basic processors for each one. And I need 3 of these for a 16K, so basically I need 12 of these guys. And there we go. Just get that cooking up. Shouldn't take too long. Got more silicon coming in as well. And this is almost done. There we go. There's our basic processors. So now we say 16, or actually we say 4. Oh, and I need to change this to JEI synchronized. There we go. So we'll do that. And then we say, I'd like 3 of these, please. So there's that. And then we can say, okay, now that we have our 3 of those, give me one of these 16Ks. And then all we need to do is make a storage disk. And these guys are also fairly straightforward. And there we go. Now we can throw that in here. This thing can now store 16,000 items. So all of this stuff that's in our inventory, just kind of like hanging out right now, we'll put it in there first. Now, the way that I have this set up, it's always going to try and put it in those storage drawers first, and then anything that can't go in the storage drawers will go into this disk. So right now we have 351 items in here. Let's go 4Ks and say, I want a bunch of these. I'm going to need a ton of iron and all this other kind of stuff. It's going to take me a while to process these. So let me get some of this stuff all processed and, you know, crafted up and all that kind of stuff. I'll be back with you once I've got 8 of these 16K discs. All right, guys, I am back. We've got our 8 16K discs all in place. Everything is good. We're all hooked up. So I think the next thing to do is I want to do just a couple of kind of minor things. If we go over here and we look at our quests, basically, I think our next major quest, as far as like the Pyramid Reborn quests go, is probably going to be right here. The Material Stonework Factory. And this thing is actually not that bad. We have access to all of this except for pink slime. And pink slime is essentially obtained through infrastructure. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to make a way to slaughter mobs automatically. And when we slaughter mobs, we will get pink slime from doing so. Now, that's not going to be something we're going to set up in this episode because there's a lot of like breeding animals and all that kind of stuff that goes into it. But there's a couple kind of minor things we can sort of do to prepare for it. So after our nap, let's swing over here and let's go ahead and make ourselves 2 golden lassos. Oh, can I not do this here because I don't have the... I guess I have to do that in an actual crafting bench because of the experience component. That's fine. That's not a big deal. Golden lasso. Here we go. So we're going to make 2 of these guys. And these will essentially just allow us to pick up a mob and move it around so that if I want to do, for example, cows, I can come down here and just pick up cows like this instead of trying to do all sorts of crazy shenanigans involving, like, you know, trying to lead them around with wheat or all that nightmare headache-inducing stuff. This is much easier. So we'll go with this. So we got that. Next thing is we have this alchemy catalyst, and there's a couple things that we should probably make using that alchemy catalyst. So let's grab a blaze rod. We have blaze powder. And let's just kind of create a couple things that we haven't had access to yet. So first of all, toss that in there. That gets us nether wart. Then we can toss this in, and now we have spruce. And then we can toss one of those spruce in, and there we go. There's jungle wood. And the whole idea is here to basically just get all the different types of wood available to us. With probably the exception of dark oak, because I don't really care. We already had birch and regular oak, but this way we can grow spruce trees and jungle trees and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if we'll necessarily need it, But it's nice to at least just kind of have access to it. We can also probably stop duplicating quartz now that I've got all of this. Like, yeah, that's probably more quartz than I actually need. Yeah, that's more quartz. Well, a bunch of that'll just go in here. It's fine. Not a big deal. Okay, so that's good. Now, let's take a look at this, this whole material stonework factory thing, right? So we've got this. We know that this is a thing, the pink slime. So what we're going to need, if we go to industrial foregoing, we're going to need, is it called like a mob slaughter? Yeah, mob slaughter factory. This is the thing we're going to need right here. This is what will actually kill stuff and generate the pink slime. But we're going to have to be able to breed mobs and move them as well. Yeah, we'll worry about that next episode, I think. We'll set up a proper thing for it. Let's look at some of these other things that we need as well. So we need petroleum. And petroleum can be made in a magma crucible. I'm assuming that this is tectonic petroleum. I'm assuming it's this stuff. So we need petroleum dust to make tectonic petroleum. Okay. How much of this do I need? 50 buckets worth. Okay, got it. And one dust makes a quarter of a bucket. Okay, so basically 50. We're going to need like 200 dust. So that's what, like just barely over 3 stacks of dust? Something like that. And this is all doable, except for this. We could get rods, but I don't know that we can find the basalts. Whatever. Basalzi? What's the plural of basals? I don't know. Anyway, I think our better bet is probably going to be to use a fluid transposer. Oh man, this is going to be super grindy. That's okay. It's fine. We'll need to do obsidian. So that's going to be, we should probably start duplicating obsidian like right now. And then let's also look at this thing. There's the garden, whatever this is called. This needs treated wood planks. Okay, so this actually isn't that bad either, but we need to get into immersive engineering a little bit to get that set up. So, okay, we're actually not doing too bad. Let's grab some obsidian, and then let's grab some redstone. And we're going to start duplicating this stuff. Because the thing is, if we're going to make our basalts powder in that manner, by basically making it in a fluid transposer, by filling obsidian with destabilized redstone, like that's going to take some time. And we'll need, if I needed 200, I'm going to need 100 of these. Okay. That's actually not that bad. That's going to be fairly time consuming, but it's not horrendous. Like, it could be worse. Because that means we're going to have to basically pulverize like 25 obsidian. Right? So we can just toss that in here. We'll have to pulverize 25 obsidian. And then fill it with 100 redstone. So if we do 11 of these, this is our sawmill. Where's our actual magma crucible? Right here. So we can toss that in. Let's grab a hardened fluiduct. Do something like that. Go servo. I really don't want to make one of the big complicated ones. Let's just make a simple one. like this. Although, actually, I don't know that it necessarily even needs it. Because this is set to auto output. And that is set to auto input. So this actually might just fill up on its own. But this will take a while to smelt up anyway. Anyway, though, guys, you know what? I'm out of time for this episode. We've gotten quite a lot done. We got all the refined storage stuff done. We got a proper sugarcane farm set up. I mean, we made some progress here, and I'm happy with it. But yeah, I gotta call this one. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Links in the description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, my friends, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.